let's run through a few things that are happening now, which the Bible predicted in the last days, and that's where we are now. So we're at a place in the world, in society, where technology is excelling and intelligence and our technology which we have in our hands excelling, and that's needed to happen for the prophecy that's prophesied in the Bible by Daniel, Ezekiel and others. Obviously they didn't understand, and it says in the Bible they didn't understand what they were writing down and how could they? Because it says in the last days knowledge will increase, men will go to and fro around the world. Well, we can only do that now because we have the ability of flight, and we're able to connect everyone around the world with devices, can see in live picture. So most recent one I'd think would be in Ezekiel 38, where it said that Sheba and Dedan will ally with Israel in the last days. And that's just happened because Sheba and Dedan, where that is if you go back into the ancient, is Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia have just allied with Israel. So that's one fulfillment that's just happened. And there's many fulfillments. I mean, I could be here all day. I mean, Israel becoming a nation again in one day in 1948. That generation that sees that happen will see the return of Jesus Christ. It's a miracle in itself that there was no nation, and now the nation of Israel all around the world has gone back to the homeland, and Israel now exists once again. That's a miracle in itself. You have the BRIC nations now, which is coming up. They're looking to add 5 more to their 5 existing, which will make 10 controlling bodies of the world. So that could be the 10 toes of the picture in Daniel, which is about the giant, and in the very last days it will be the feet, the 10 toes, which will rule. And there's more to it, but just sketching over it. So that the WEF are having a conference about what do they call it? Oh, like a covenant between 70 nations around the world. So they're gaining full control, and that is, funny enough, for 7 years. And there's a 7-year tribulation. That's when it's going to be confirmed by the Antichrist. So it all sounds it's not a coincidence. Obviously there's floods, fires, starvation, pestilence. I mean, earthquakes and volcanoes are off the chart. It's basically never before has it been so active, and every year disasters are getting worse and worse and worse. Earth days, the Bible says. The AI, and that had to be in place because it says in Revelation 13 about the image of the beast, which will speak and which will deceive those, and it will find all those who will rebel against the controlling Antichrist in those days. And how could they catch him? By AI. You won't be able to run, you won't be able to hide. Then we've got cashless society, credit score, 15-minute cities control. That's all coming into play. Where it's about the mark of the beast, and you have it on your forehead or on your right arm, and you won't be able to buy. It says, actually, either small or great, rich or poor, free or slave, to have a mark on the head or the right hand. They won't be able to buy or sell without it. Well, that's coming into play with credit control. We won't That's what they want. They want full control of what we do, when we do it, what we buy, how much we buy, and that's just the start. It's the of what's to come. So the Antichrist will have full control. One world order, which is in Revelation and Daniel. The unifying world order, control, will be controlled by AI. The Antichrist will have full control over it. These are just, there's so much. I'm not here to convince you, I'm just enlightening what the Bible says will happen in the last days. And it's happening. And this is just preparing for the 7 years of tribulation, which will happen after the rapture of the church. The church will be taken out. It says it very clearly. And if you can't see it, I don't know why you can't. It's clear as crystal that it will be taken up. In Corinthians, in Thessalonians, in other places as well, even Jesus mentions it. And that he will save us from wrath to come. And that's not wrath to do with hell. That's wrath which is going to be poured out on the earth. So yeah, wake up. It's time to wake up. We are really running out of time. And you don't want to be left here. You really don't. What you see around the world is nothing compared to what's going to happen. So get right with Jesus today. We've all sinned. We've all fallen short. We're not perfect. And we was meant to be at the start. We was designed to walk with God and to be powerful beings, walking in purity and holiness and having dominion over the earth. But now, since Adam and Eve, it's a fallen state, and unfortunately you don't have to teach your children how to be naughty. You've got to try and teach them how to be good, and that's evidence of our fallen state. But Jesus came and he died for us on that cross. He paid the fine. He said on the cross it's finished, so we can go free, so we can be saved, we can be restored back to how we're meant to be in relationship with our Creator. I can't see the difficulty of that. It's true. The garbage that people would prefer to believe is insanity. But there you go. There's no evidence of evolution. That's coming from apes. There's no evidence whatsoever. It's theory. It's just a religion. But there is evidence of us being connected to a higher power, which is God, our Creator, because He has instilled us in consciousness. We know what's right and wrong. It's instilled in us. We have creative power, whether for good or evil. We can create amazing things. Nature is set, and they don't evolve in the sense of birds don't create bigger nests and more complex and with working doors and lifts and stupidity. A bird is a bird, and it will create and make its nest like every other generation has made its nest. But us as humans, we have creative power. We can design and move forward and discover, and that's evidence in itself. What's around you, what's been created, has to be created by God. It's impossibility of something can appear out of nothing. There must be a Creator. So get right with Jesus today. All you need to do is surrender. There's no magical prayer that you have to repeat. It's what's in your heart. God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. It's humble yourself before your Creator. Ask Him to reveal Himself to you, and know and recognise that it's only Jesus who's died and rose again for you. So God bless, be encouraged, and get right today before it's too late. God bless.